These are a few simple mistakes people make when keeping shrimp. One of the biggest mistakes I see people do is way too big of water changes and also doing too many water changes. Shrimp love stability, so keeping stable water parameters is key for them to thrive. I'm not saying never do water changes, but only do water changes when they're necessary. You can get water test strips for under $10. That way you know when you need to do a water change when your ammonia or nitrates are high. I tend to only have to do about a 20% water change once a month, and that's been working perfect for me. Another mistake I see people do is overfeeding or not feeding enough. If you're not feeding them enough, chances are they're not going to be breeding and they're eventually just going to die off. If you're feeding them too much, it's going to make a lot of waste in the water column, causing the ammonia and nitrate levels to spike. The more access shrimp have to food, the more they're going to breed. That being said, you have to find the perfect balance. Adding snails in with your shrimp is a perfect way to balance that out. The snails will eat all the excess food and cause no extra waste. I feed my shrimp once every other day, and it takes them about 6 hours to eat all the food. I also keep a constant supply of mulberry leaves or almond leaves for them to munch on. These leaves provide a surface area for biofilm for the adult shrimp and the baby shrimp to be able to eat. The leaves also provide vital nutrients for the shrimp. Another key mistake I see when specifically breeding shrimp is the temperature of the water. If you're keeping the temperature from 70 to 74 degrees, the shrimp will live, but their metabolism will be very slow. They're not going to be eating as much, and they're most likely not going to be breeding as much as they would if you were keeping the temperature around 76. If you keep them in a hotter temperature, they're going to be a lot more active, they're going to eat more, and they're going to breed much more. If you keep them at temperatures from 78 to 80, they probably won't live as long because their metabolism will be very high, but they will breed a lot and they will be much more active. If your shrimp aren't breeding and you've tried everything else, bump the temperature up to 78 degrees for about a month and a half, and I guarantee they'll start breeding. Another mistake I see when people are setting up their first shrimp tank is that they're not like fish. You can't just set up the tank and then throw them in there 3 days later. Shrimp thrive on biofilm that grows on all the surfaces inside your tank. When setting up a new shrimp tank, I recommend putting as much plants and moss in the tank as you can. I also recommend putting in 3 or 4 snails and then letting the tank cycle for about 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, your tank should be perfect and ready to go for the shrimp and have plenty of biofilm and other sources of food for them to eat. Also, the more plants and more hiding spots you have for your shrimp, the more comfortable they will be. Comment down below if you have any questions, and please like this video if it helped you. Also, make sure to subscribe for more fish keeping content.